Okay, so this is our house. It's hot out, not as hot as it usually is, but I'm really not used to the heat and humidity, so I'm gonna make this quick because I want to go inside. We have trash pickup. That is very new to me. I don't know what to do to fill my Saturdays and Wednesdays now that I don't have to go to the dump, but it's pretty convenient. Our garage, both our cars fit. It's nice. Oh, my grandma bought me some flowers. You can see the begonias and the impatiens. No one really plants flowers here. It's all like shrubs mostly, but I like flowers, so hopefully they don't die in the heat. So this is the living room. When we moved in, it was brown, as was most things in this house. So we repainted it. It's technically gray, but it looks a little blue. I really like it because it looks really nice with our couch and the throw pillows that I will soon be replacing. The entryway is right there, so when I came in the front door, that's where it is. And we've got a nice hall closet, which I really like having. I think my favorite thing about the living room is having a fireplace. Every house in Memphis has one. Don't know why, because that's not super useful, but it's really nice to have. Over here, you can see the living room opens up into the kitchen, and we've got that nice big counter. My grandma bought us some bar stools so we can sit there and watch TV if we want, which I like to do. That door opens up into our backyard, which we'll go out into and see how big it is. This is our dining room, which is really nice. My mom made the placemats. And this cabinet my dad actually built. It's from a red oak that fell down in Grahamsville. And on the doors, the glass is etched with Holland Lop bunnies. It's probably my favorite thing in the house. We've got our nice palette that says Home with New York. We took a bunch of pictures from around Zach's house and mine when we were back in New York, so we can print them to canvas and hang them up. So we've got New York with us wherever we go. And then this is the kitchen. The kitchen was red, so you can imagine the red bleeding into the brown of the living room. So now it's blue. There's not much blue because it's not a very big kitchen, but that's okay. Behind the stove, they had like this metal plate thing that they had put contact paper on top of, like black swirly contact paper. So we took that down and my dad tiled this wall. So we have a really nice tile backsplash that I think looks amazing with the blue paint and the cabinets. It's nice to have a dishwasher because we have lived without one and I'm really sick of washing dishes. We've also got a garbage disposal, which I've never had before, but is super handy. So this is our backyard. One of our requirements for a house when we were looking was we wanted a nice yard because we're both used to having lots of space. And Zach has a trampoline, which is already set up. So we needed space for that, and I think eventually we'd like to have barbecues and get a patio set and stuff. So it was important to us to have a nice yard, and we definitely have the biggest yard of anyone in our little neighborhood. Zach mowed this morning, which is why it looks so nice. When we got here, the grass was like this high because no one had mowed it since the previous owners left in April. So our really nice neighbor from next door came over while Zach was mowing the first time and helped him knock down all the ridiculous grass. And now it actually looks like a yard again instead of a hayfield. When we first got here, this was the only piece of furniture in the house. The owners left it. So my mom, Zach, and I got here to start painting because, like I said, everything was brown. And the three of us had to fight over this chair because there was no place else to sit but the floor. And all of our floors are either laminate or tile, so it's not super comfortable. So we'll probably get rid of this chair eventually, but it's got a little bit of sentimental value now because it's really funny. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a stump over there. When we got here, there was this big juniper tree growing, and it was like hanging over the roof, and we couldn't see out one of our bedroom windows because it was just so obstructive. So we cut that down, and what's left of it is piled up against our fence. So one of our big things is going to be to fix up the yard, but it's really hot right now. So we'll probably start doing some of that maybe this fall, but definitely next spring is when we're going to get into making the yard look really nice, put in some gardens, and I don't know, just we've got a lot of room to play with, so we'll see. So off the living room is the hallway into the rest of the house. The hall is the only thing we didn't paint because it was the only non-terrible color, but I imagine at some point we will paint it just to freshen it up. But like immediately when you get into the hallway, you get into like this little closet, which is where we do our laundry. So for a graduation present, my parents bought us this really nice washer, and my grandma bought us a dryer. Obviously I was doing laundry today. This closet was also brown before we decided to paint it white. So the first room you get to is our office, which is also Hercules' room. So this is where we get work done, or not, because sometimes we play with the bunny and no work gets done. The color that's currently on the walls is not that different from what was here when we moved in. What was here though was much darker. Like when we put the new color up, it looked almost black. It was so dark in comparison. Obviously that's my desk. You know, it's a little pink for Zach's taste. Until I get a desk chair, this is what I'm using. It's really comfortable and it's pink, so I like it. It's just a little low, but eventually we'll get a desk chair. This is Zach's desk, which holds his behemoth of a computer and requires ridiculous amounts of space. The other day we went and we did our new car registration and we got Tennessee license plates. So we took our New York license plates and hung them up on the wall. This one is Zach's, and then mine's over next to my desk. So this is the office. Right next to the office is the guest room, or as my mom was calling it, her room, from when she was staying here. The furniture in here is my old bedroom set from home, which I repainted before we moved. This room was like a grayish green puce kind of color, which was really unappealing and really dark. Obviously not much happening in here, but you know, with time we'll put some stuff on the walls. It'll be nice. It's nice that there's only 2 of us living here because every closet in this place is basically storage for us. So I've got like my winter clothes hanging up in here because I don't really need them anymore. We also have an attic, which is awesome. So all of our bins from moving are up in the attic. I think that's also where Zach is keeping his winter clothes and his skiing stuff. He's nodding yes. And I don't know, just different odds and ends. Which we live in like the edge of Tornado Alley, so an attic is not super helpful in that respect, but it is good for storage. Hello, Hercules. He's actually like looking now and eating his foot. So this is the guest bathroom. This was like, I thought it was turquoise until we started painting it, and then I realized it was like a really deep teal. It was not ugly, but it was really dark, so this room felt tiny, and it's not a huge room to begin with, so the new color I think helps. And also in time we'll put more stuff on the walls and whatever, but since no one is using it right now, I think it's good. So this is our bedroom. This room was also brown, and now it's like a light green. The exact color is called Irish Folklore, which I really like. I got those nightstands for like $30 combined, which was really nice. They're super well built, and I love them. I just got this new dresser. They delivered it like 2 days ago. It's ridiculously nice and has way more space in it than I have clothing. That's not true, but I didn't move all my clothing in, so same idea. I don't know, I love the bedroom. This is probably my favorite room. I don't know, I also really like the living room and the dining room, so it's probably a toss-up. But it's much more pleasant to sleep in here than when we first moved in and it was brown. Oh, this picture I bought at Peter's Market, and it's a picture of the Shawangunk Mountain that they put on canvas, which is what gave us the idea to take pictures of homes so we can print them to canvas later. Okay, this is the bathroom, and I think this part is what had the most changes when we moved in. Because when we got here, there was like this horrible paisley wallpaper. It was just really ugly, and it was so depressing because we had painted the bedroom and it looked so nice, but there, like, I'd lay in bed and I could still see this awful wallpaper. So my dad did the walls. This is pine paneling that he put up, and then there's the tile above the sink and a new light fixture, and he also put a border around the mirror because before you could just see the mirror edge. And it just looks so nice. Like, it's beautiful. On one side we have our closet, which was, surprise, surprise, brown. And we repainted it just plain white, so it looks a little cleaner and nicer. I love the shoe rack though. That's like the best thing ever. So this is probably the last piece. This is our bathroom. The walls were not brown, they were like an off-white, but I like this gray better. The previous owners left us this nice towel rack, which is great because we don't have to go to the linen closet every time we need a towel. Oh, so all the ceilings in this house are like that popcorn ceiling. So originally the plan had been to repaint the ceilings to freshen them up and put a nice new coat of white paint on, and we started doing this one, and from the moisture of people showering, all the popcorn started to fall off and the ceiling started to peel, and it was absolutely disgusting. So we kind of gave up. We decided not to paint any of the other ceilings because we didn't want to risk it, and my dad went and got ceiling tiles and he fixed it because it was absolutely horrendous, and like every so often a piece would fall down and land in the tub or something, and it was just really gross. So it is much better now. That's it. That's the house. So we're all moved in with the stuff that we have. In time, we're gonna get more stuff for the walls because right now it still doesn't really look like anyone is living here because we just don't have that much. But that's okay because we have 5 years to fill it. As you can tell from what I was talking about, my parents and Zach's parents helped us out a lot in moving and getting settled, so big thank you to them because we would have nothing. We would probably be sleeping on the floor. Zach's uncle also gave him a gift card to Home Depot, which was really helpful because I felt like we were living at Home Depot when we first moved in and were getting settled. My grandma helped a whole lot. Zach's grandma gave him money to help us. My uncle helped my dad fill the moving truck to get everything down here. So did my sister and her boyfriend. So basically everyone in our lives has been like really supportive. That's right, and the beautiful couch in the other room and also a table Zach's other uncle gave us. So yeah, basically what I was saying, everyone helped us a lot because otherwise we would be sleeping on the floor and like, I don't know, living like animals. It would be terrible. But now the house is beautiful and we have everything what we need except for some art on the walls.